Welcome back. Sometimes a cup tie has extra special ingredients, and that was the case tonight as the Coca-Cola Cup holders, Liverpool, met not only the Premiership leaders Newcastle, but a club who brought old Liverpool favourites Kevin Keegan, Terry McDermott and Peter Beardsley back to Anfield for the evening. Liverpool, who've lost 4 and drawn 1 of their last 5 games, they stick with the team that lost at Middlesbrough last Saturday, and that includes Stan Collymore. How he would love to match Les Ferdinand's 18 goals in 18 games for Newcastle, who are also unchanged and who beat Liverpool 2-1 in the Premiership a couple of weeks ago. Commentary this time from Peter Brackley.
McAteer. Now then for Jones. McAteer again. Looking with McManaman. Collymore in for Fowler. It's a great chance. Good save by Hislop. Just got his hands to it. Such a cohesive move then by Liverpool. And it almost brought its reward. Gillespie to Barton. Well, that was Liverpool at their best then. And it very nearly produced a goal back for the reflexes of Hislop. Ferdinand played off to Beardsley, and it just nipped off the boot of Neil Ruddock. Corner to Newcastle. Hislop, who has certainly rescued his team with that save from Robbie Fowler. Collymore with a vision to pick him out. He rather scooped his shot then, and it enabled Hislop to get his hand to it. He's been in magnificent form this season, Hislop. Now it's Ginola with a corner for Newcastle. Up goes Ferdinand. Peacock couldn't get there before the fist of David James. Ginola. Howie. It's been a bright and positive start by both teams. Gillespie wide of him is Lee. In towards Ferdinand. And it is being carefully attended to by Wright and Ruddock. Liverpool so aware of the menace this man poses. Played up by Ruddock. Gillespie. Barton. Ferdinand's in the penalty box. This is Lee Clark on for Beardsley. Newcastle probing intelligently. It's Lee. And he might then almost have caught out David James had he not been more alert on the near post. Rob Lee, who scored a cracking goal, of course, against Leeds on Saturday as Newcastle came from behind. Very much the man of the match on that occasion, Rob Lee. Ginola. Beardsley. Liverpool's turned to backpedal now. Gillespie found superbly then by Beardsley. He has Barton in support. Ferdinand's made tracks into the middle. This is Ferdinand. And it falls for Lee! It was certainly a chance. And he steered it wide then, Rob Lee. Set up by Ferdinand, who showed such awareness in the penalty box. And who looked back on that one, I think, and feel he should have done better there, Lee. Ruddock's pass. Done with though by Barton, which I thought it was. It's Collymore now. Harkness just managed to nudge it on. Collymore's cross whipped over. Clark was there, now Lee. To Beresford. Newcastle playing themselves out of trouble, hoping to create some at the other end. And the free kick has been given to Liverpool. The offender is Les Ferdinand. McAteer. Now McManaman. Fowler inside, Barks. Good effort too, and well held by Hislop. Stretching that giant frame of his to smother the shot from Barnes. Now Newcastle attacking through Beresford. Ginola. Ferdinand lurking in the middle. In goes Ferdinand. His route to goal was blocked. The referee decides there's nothing wrong with the challenge. Just for a moment there, I thought he was going to be obstructed, Ferdinand. Collision of bodies. think you will often see in a game played at this level. Here's McAteer. It's rolled on for Fowler. Now, Rob Jones. Collymore making tracks into the middle. Almost got there. Peacock. A superb interception there. My God, that was a vital one too from Darren Peacock. Certainly saved his team. Crossing by Jones. Collymore so nearly able to collect. Collymore just got a flick on then. Fowler now. This one off his line. Such a quick piece of thinking then by Robbie Fowler. This one but straight up towards the edge of the 6-yard box. And his awareness then very nearly revealed the opening goal. Ferdinand. Lee. Now Beresford. Ferdinand calling in the middle. And there is Les Ferdinand. Well, that was a clean header from the Newcastle striker. We're not really fierce enough to trouble David James in any way. Fowler. Confronted by Beresford. Now Lee. Colonel when he arrived, but now he's a general in the view of Kevin Keegan. This is a spirited run by Warren Barton. Ferdinand. And kept going. Here's Ferdinand again. Well charged down by Phil Babb. Beardsley to drive it back through again. Way wide of goal. Peter Beardsley with 6 goals this season. And such a key player in the Newcastle team. So is this man Ferdinand. And that was a terrific block by Phil Babb. And Peter Beardsley got his ankles all wrong that time. Mark Wright for Liverpool. Jones. Swept out by Wright. And looking for the run of Collymore. Plenty of time for Beresford to get it back to Xhaka Hisler. Who's been an ever-present so far for Newcastle this season. Now Ferdinand has gone down. There was a nasty clash of heads. And well, the train is running on very quickly. I think it's Mark Wright. Yes, Wright is involved with Ferdinand. And the two have collided. And that looked very painful indeed. And no wonder the attendants were on the field so quickly to see the extent of the damage. Well, let's hope that's not too serious. Kevin Keegan has, I think, called for the stretcher. Ferdinand went down there in obvious discomfort and distress, and so too Mark Wright. It's one of those incidents, neither party really could be blamed. Ferdinand wants to rejoin the game. And all credit to him. And that rather typifies the spirit of the Newcastle team this season. I think he is going to have to go off the field, but hopefully can't return. They certainly hope so, these Newcastle fans, who really have warmed to Les Ferdinand since his move up to the northeast. Here is Steve Watson, the man who scored that last gasp winner up at St James's Park when the teams met in the league. And he will be replacing Les Ferdinand. So a change around in personnel. Change of formation too for Newcastle, although Watson has gone straight up front. He can fill a variety of roles. James with a clearance then that could have been so costly. A strange clearance. Beresford. Watson. Now Barnes to McManaman. Played in then for Barnes again. Barnes with the shots. Well, he hasn't scored for Liverpool since he got a couple at Tottenham back in August. But nonetheless, he's made a sizable contribution to Liverpool this season, and he wasn't far away then from scoring this all-important first goal. Gillespie. Ginola taking on some responsibility, but failing them to combine with Steve Watson. And off come Liverpool, McManaman. Ginola showed his competitive edge. Free kick taken quickly, back of tier. Harkness on to Kennedy. Carl Collymore in the middle. Away by Peacock though. A bit sturdy at the back of Newcastle. Watson. There's nobody up with him. Bring the Liverpool defenders back. He's got to go it alone. Maybe he can. Clever chip. Oh! Fantastic goal! What a story here at Anfield. Steve Watson, on for the injured Les Ferdinand, has scored a superb goal. There was nobody up in support. He had no other option but to go it alone, and somehow, well, he's made the chance for himself. He's teased and tormented defenders. He's caught the keeper off his line, and that is a goal to savour. The man who scored the winner when the teams met in the league at St James's Park a few weeks ago has done it again. A stunning goal from Steve Watson, the substitute. Keegan prepares to celebrate against his old club. John Barnes, McManaman. It's not over yet. Here's Lee. Gillespie charging away. There's only Watson up with him. Still Gillespie and Watson! That would have glitched it then. Super save from David James. And Liverpool are still in there with a fighting chance. Mark Wright. Still Wright going all the way. McManaman. It could be Liverpool's last chance. Fowler. And Barnes. Straight at Peacock. And that all stemmed from the error by Warren Bott. Well, we've certainly had an exciting, enthralling finale to the game, which earlier, to be frank, didn't live up to expectations. But here's Watson now. That's two chances he's had to finish Liverpool off. Well, I don't know if he fancies himself as a striker. I'm sure he did after his first effort earlier. But he's failed to tuck away his other two opportunities. Paul Durkin has looked at his watch. It's almost up now. Clark up to Gillespie. Liverpool throw. Good interception by Ginola. He's happy to defend along with everyone else now. Watson to Clark. Now Beardsley. McManaman to flick it on. Robbie Fowler. Beresford's clearance to Lee. Well, that's it. And the holders are out of the Coca-Cola Cup. The night belongs to Kevin Keegan's Newcastle team, and in particular to their hero, Steve Watson. On as a substitute for Les Ferdinand. Well, you had to feel then that maybe Newcastle's chance of winning this game tonight had gone with their leading scorer off the field, but not so. For the second time this season, Steve Watson has popped up with a conclusive goal. So the Toonami can celebrate along with Kevin Keegan. A wonderful night for Newcastle. They have beaten Liverpool at Anfield by 1-0.
Steve Watson, congratulations. Let me ask you about that goal. Magnificent finish.
Yeah, Peter put us through. I think it was about on the halfway line, and just took it to the side. I think it was Mark Wright, and I had a quick look up to see if there's anybody up with us, because I wasn't quite sure what to do, and there wasn't, so I just dragged it inside. I knew I was a little bit far out to have a shot with my left foot from that angle, but I think the only thing I could have done was try and chip him, and luckily it worked.
How big a win was that?
Well, it only gets us through the next round, but you know, it was the tie of the round, and I think some of the football played tonight was just breathtaking, and the pace of the game. and that took two sides to contribute. And obviously, it's pleasing for me to come here and fetch a team that's capable of playing Liverpool.
Mike Sadler with the interviews there. The holders go out, and Ian, really, not the classic anticipated, but Newcastle did have the best of the chances, didn't they?
They deserved it on the night, Bob. I thought Liverpool were typical of Liverpool at the moment. You know, they've gone 6 games, 5 defeats and a draw.
Staggering.
In the month. It's shocking, really. And I think they're really a powder puff at the moment. They're playing what we could call show football. It looks good, but at the end of the day, there's no end product.
Having said all that, it looked to be going wrong for Newcastle when suddenly Les Ferdinand was injured in the way he was.
Well, Liverpool must have thought, when Les Ferdinand injured here in the clash of heads, as you see with Mark Wright there, got a terrible knock, and I gather it's about 4 stitches he's got in his head, and he had to go off. Liverpool must have thought at that stage, well, the danger man's off, you know, big Ferdinand's off.
He will be fit, by the way, for Sunday's game at Wimbledon, we do gather.
Well,
4
okay,
stitches
good.
won't stop him, will it?
But getting back to Liverpool's worries. So he goes off, and they must have thought, great, we've got the danger man's off, things might turn our favour. Watson comes on, the man who'd scored the winner against him. He's only scored 2 goals this year, and they're both against Liverpool.
Yeah, the winner in the Premiership 3 weeks ago.
And then he gets this, and look at him there now. He is surrounded by red jerseys, and give the boy great credit for chipping the goalkeeper. Because James is a big lad, and he got his arms up to it. It was a great chip. But I have to look at the defenders here. Mark Wright, beaten so easily here. Bab, who stayed behind him there and did nothing about it, really. You know, he stayed too far away from him. But, I mean, give the lad all the credit in the world for the chip. It was really
nice
delightful.
when the names of Ginola and Ferdinand and Beardsley are always there, that suddenly it's Steve Watson, isn't it?
Yeah, you have local kid,
Yeah.
you know, comes out there and grabs him the winner.
One little quote from Roy Evans, I noticed. October, we were unbeaten, everything great.
November.
A nightmare in November.
Yeah. Oh, it's bad with the night before them as well. I mean, who knows, they might turn it around, but they've got to get their finger out up there at Liverpool, and I mean that seriously. The team at the moment, they're playing, as I would say, just show football.
Coming from a former Liverpool hero. Always a Liverpool hero.